Alright, today on Bleak Rides, I'm in the vehicle, as you can see. I've got full throttle, and some work to do. Never done one of these live streams. All the cool YouTubers, all the cool kids, all them happening cats, they do live streams. I ain't never done one. Better late than never. Yeah, I think so anyway. Suppose if you're late to court, maybe that's good, but better late than never. So, what do we got on the agenda? Well, let's do some driving. Get out of this parking lot for starters. Currently nobody in the live stream, so I'll just be talking to myself. I gotta drive over and evaluate a roof, see what that roof's color is like. My boss insists I go evaluate this roof because I picked out shingle colors for a roof without seeing them. So again, there's no real purpose to this live stream. I ain't trying to raise any money for anybody. I just never done one of these and thought it was about time Bleak Rides in a live stream. And not even riding today. I'm at work. So it's also the first time I've made money while YouTubing because I'm at work. We don't gotta figure anything out. I just love hanging out. See, I got a couple people watching now. That's what's up. Thank you for joining the live stream. We're not going to accomplish much. We're going to drive around and do work with Bleak. That's all we got to do today. So yeah, we're going to go over here. I'm on the east side of Des Moines. Go over here, take a look at this roof. See if I like the shingle color. If I do, I'll report back to the office and say, yeah, the color I picked out is going to be good. It's going to go with the property that is going on, and so on and so forth. I got a couple other errands to run, and I don't know how long I'll keep this live stream going, because like I said, I don't have any great battles to win, and I don't got any charity things going on right now. I always like to throw this out when possible. If you or someone you know is struggling with addiction, if they can't get clean or just keep falling back into the same traps, help is available. AA and NA, whether you like them or not, or you think it's that Kool-Aid, they help a lot of people. It's anonymous. You don't got to put your information out there. You don't got to tell people who you are. Hell, nobody asks for ID. You could make up a name. There's something soulful about getting to sit around and talk about your problems with people who maybe have had worse problems than you and overcome them or sank back underneath the waters. I think there's a lot of catharsis to have there. Did I say that right? A lot of good that can come from those programs. So I always like to highlight that if you're struggling, if you feel alone in this world, or at least your place in it, you're not. Help's available. 8 years ago, I was a drug addict. I spent the preceding 10 years before that making all the mistakes, every last one of them. Never had a felony, but I think I've had every kind of misdemeanor. That's not a boast. That's a kind of bitch-ass move. I never, growing up, wanted to be that way. Then again, growing up, I didn't know more than anything. I wanted to grow old as a biker, you know, get to hang out with other like-minded people. So all I'm saying is, anybody can do it. Anybody can change the path or the trajectory of their life. But you got to acknowledge that you might need some help. It doesn't just come to you. You got to seek it out, just like you did your addiction. Not enough about that. We're almost to this property. Gonna take a little look at this roof, see if I picked a good color or not. It's pretty cold here in Iowa. It's about, I don't know, 30, 35 degrees or something. Wish I could take the bike. I do got some other news. The concourse, I talked to the mechanic yesterday, took him a handful of the money and said, here you go, keep up your good work. He said, yeah, I had these carburetors rebuilt in no time. I guess the carburetors were totally fucked. They had been rebuilt by the previous mechanic, Baumer, and he did what he could, but he's not a four-banger tuner, you know. He builds Harleys, he builds choppers, and did all that was within his power or know how to do, but they needed dialed in. They had a couple broken parts, and you know, anybody who's been following along on this tale of adversity and trials and tribulations with this Kawasaki Concourse, you know that I had to have the motor swapped out. So I don't know much about the motor that was put into it other than it was a 2000 and it had less miles, but it also had some character defects. It was missing a couple teeth, you know, it had a black eye, stuff like that. All right, so here we are. I guess you could say my work. There is a beautiful duplex there. One of the duplexes I maintain. And over there, that guy has a hickory roof. What do y'all think? Do you think that hickory roof will look good on this duplex? I do. I like it. I'm going to report back to the office that hickory will do just fine. There's no saying about that. Hickory dickory dock. Something. I don't know. Alright, so look at that. We're making progress, Bleak Riders. We've gotten something done. Didn't even have to get out of the vehicle. For the next job today, I will. I got to go to Ace Hardware, pick up some storm windows I dropped off for one of the properties, and probably go get them put back in. Should be a hoot. I can't see the live chat. I'm on my phone, you know. I don't know if you guys are talking to me or asking me questions or anything like that. If you are, I guess I'll have to respond later when I am not driving or have the opportunity or chance to go back through and see if anybody was saying anything. I don't know what everybody's preferences is. I got a buddy. He's kind of sore right now. He just got done with some surgery. He's healing up. My friend Casey. And, you know, good. I believe in good vibes. Put good vibes out there. So if anybody's watching, think up a couple good vibes for my buddy Casey. Maybe it'll help him on his path to healing. And let's get into this full throttle, man. Open it wide. Hey, what up? Why are you staring at me so hard? I'm real handsome. I realize that. I'm real handsome. People stare real hard. They did it in Columbia real bad too. It's hard being this attractive and, you know, in a world full of people with less beards than myself. You know, I don't know how they do it. Nobody tuned off for that one, so I assume sense of humor still goes over pretty well. Oh, God. Energy drinks give me the worst heartburn, but fuck, there's something special about them. You get it in the lips, you start to feel it squish around, go down the old gullet, and you feel the energy level rise in you. You can feel a little gruffness, almost like whiskey and cigars. Reminds me of being young and smoking a pack of cigarettes while skateboarding down the road, screaming, "Ah! Yes, motherfucker, I am death." God, was I ever that young? Seems like forever ago. Got a new video I'm working on. I've been remiss to put it out. So, I'd love to hear a couple of my subscribers, a couple of audience members' opinions of what I'm going to throw out there. I've seen several of these videos come out in my time riding about motorcycle culture and along with it and where we go from here, and people complaining about guys who ride $40,000 baggers, or people complaining about guys who won't talk to you unless you're on a leader bike, or this whole sort of, it's not, I don't know if hatred's the right word, but why all the hate, but more differences. Why the differences matter so much or manifest so heavily in motorcycle culture. I got so many friends who ride Harleys. Cool. They're Americans. They love riding an American product. They love the legacy and the lineage attached to that brand. I couldn't be happier for them. I ride Kawasaki's. They're the right price, well, except for the Connie. They're built like a tank, and I couldn't have enough good things to say about them. I've never ridden a Harley. I would love to try one out. I would eventually love to own one because I myself am an American. I take a lot of pride in things that were made in America, just like my father and my father's father did. It makes me feel good to know that I'm supporting my country, my community, the local business owners when I buy a part or get some work done. There's a lot of sense of connection in all that. But I mean, my first love was cafe racers. I just thought they were the coolest thing since sliced bread, and that's what I bought consistently besides my tourer. There's so much divisiveness in the motorcycle culture. I first noticed it when I first got into riding and would watch Yami Noob, and he was like a hardcore sports bike guy, and I thought, like, sports bikes aren't the only bikes that exist. In fact, they're not really the fastest bike either. I got a buddy who's working on my Connie who builds race bikes. I mean, his back tire is like a fucking car tire. It's a slick. That's a fast bike. He can run 5.6 on it in a quarter. I mean, come on. That's breakneck speeds. You ain't pulling that on your 600cc Gixxer. I'm just saying. Not without some serious modifications. So I don't, and I've only been riding, I'm going to be coming up on a couple years, a year and a half, 2 years soon. I don't know all the answers. I don't have a bead on the pulse of everything. But from my observations and from my 2 cents, I don't get it. I don't understand why certain people are so hung up on making these little statements. It's not about, again, what you ride. It's about how you treat others because they don't. I've met guys down at the bar who are like, when are you going to get yourself a real bike? I guess never, because I thought what I rode currently was real. I didn't know I was still playing video games. I've had sport bike guys, in fact, some of the leader bike guys, be like, when are you going to get yourself on a real bike? Again, kind of thought I was. My Z9's a 948. My Connie's a 1000. I rode them both. Do they not rack up to an R1, to a double R or a speed triple or something? I mean, I don't get it. I see a bike. I like bike. It could be the most clapped out, hand-built, hand-forged, cobbled together mess. And I can probably still find something positive to say about it because I like bike. And the more I ride, the more I hate being in the car, but it's part of my job. I drive around all damn day. And I wish I was on the bike. I got a buddy in Arizona going to motorcycle school. He gets to ride his bike every day to school, to the store, and I envy him. I envy my buddy RC in a big way. He's living a dream that I wish I could adopt and live myself. But most of my roots are here in Iowa. I'm stuck here at least another 20 years till the properties are paid off, and well, that's life. You play the hand you were dealt, or the hand you drew, whichever one of these fits best. So I got a video I've been working on it's pretty polished. There's a lot of fun elements in it. I continued with what I'm dubbing the Bogan style filming, which is a very forward-facing, three-quarter helmet style of filming. But I'm not $1 million bleak. I just enjoy Bogan's style of filming. I don't even know that all his content's all that great, because he's kind of pretentious sometimes. He like blows his nose with $5 bills and chucks it at the ground and shit. And I don't know. If you got it like that, cool, good for you. I always thought it seemed like a waste of money when rich people will light their cigarette with a $100 bill, or, you know, if you're just gonna burn it, fucking flick it at some homeless dude, make it a day. I don't know. It's not my place. Maybe there's a reason I'm not a rich guy. I'm just irresponsible with my money. But yeah, so I've been really remiss to put this video out. But at the same time, I mean, I stand behind anything I produce. If I put it out there, I'm hoping that it's got something good in it for everybody to take away, or at least find some balance. That's sort of the key in my life. It's always a juggling act. It's balance. And I think maybe I'll take another one or two runs through the video and just hopefully make sure I'm not ranting on about one thing or another, or making anybody feel some kind of way about things. I don't want to get attacked in the comment section for saying. In my video I say, whether you're a Harley rider or a sports bike rider, you can be a dick. I can be a dick. We all can. But you gotta try to check that shit. You gotta try to be better, man, because the world's going to hell in a handbasket as it is. We got a crazy man over in Russia talking about pointing nuclear weapons at people. We got a wild man down in North Korea starving his people. We got our own fair share of problems on either side of the political aisle here in the United States. Nobody can agree on nothing. The world is so separated. All of us that ride two wheels really, more than ever, should feel united. We should feel like we're all riding together. We're all looking out for each other, because we know the cars ain't gonna. Cars ain't looking out for no motorcyclists. When I go to a Harley bike night on my Z900, yeah, I get some looks, and I half expect that. Everybody there's on Harleys. What I don't expect is for people to be just fucking outright rude to me because I'm on the wrong kind of bike. I don't know that there's a wrong kind of bike. And I guess if you feel like there is such a thing as a wrong kind of bike, and that bike life isn't open to people who are on the wrong kind of bike, I guess we stand in disagreement. And I'm fine with that. I don't have to agree with everybody. I always seek clarity. I don't always seek agreement. I want to know where you stand. I want you to know where I stand. We can still be friends. I'm a pretty amicable person. Yeah, this definitely turned into a rant. I got one person left. Not surprised. Well, what should I do? Should I end this thing? What are we at? Oh, we're at 18 minutes already? Somebody listen to me fucking talk on for 18 minutes? Holy smokes. That might be my longest video yet. Definitely the most involvement. So, like I said, I'm going to do another run through or two of my what's going on in motorcycle culture video. Make sure it's not too crazy. Make sure I'm not screaming into the camera like I was with my previous Bogan style video. I figured out that when I'm filming Bogan style, the trick is to only speak into the camera when I come to stops. Normally when I come to stops and I'm filming, that's the point where I'm kind of twiddling my thumbs and wondering like, well, what do I do now? But it's such a reverse to film this other way and actually be waiting for the stops to do your speaking. It's definitely made me more comfortable in my three-quarter helmet. You know, I'm always a full face rider, and I'm not an ATGAT guy or anything, but I almost always, 99.9% of the time, wear a full face, because this ain't getting any prettier. I don't want anything to happen to it. But that 3/4, it's interesting. It's kind of liberating, and I could see in the summer, God, what a glorious helmet that's going to be next summer. I've already got big plans of wearing that 3/4 and enjoying the hell out of myself. Maybe not sweating all over like I do in my full face. So, yeah, I mean, like all things Bleak Rides, every video I put out, every day I spend working on my YouTube channel, it's a learning process. There's a learning curve, there's a learning process, and I always thank everybody for coming along on the journey, because it is, for me, it's a journey. I picked this up because I was inspired by another YouTuber, actually quite a few of them now, and when I say inspired, I mean I saw what they were doing, and I thought I had something productive or positive to add to it. I thought, if this guy can ride whatever kind of bike across the country, maybe I can too. And I've had mixed results at that. Haven't had any wins, haven't really had any losses, just experiences. So there's somebody out there who can gain something from those experiences. Or maybe there's somebody out there who can gain something from my drug addictions and my talking about recovery, and that helps out there. I always hope that my videos ultimately end up helping someone along their path. I don't really want to hinder anybody, I didn't create a YouTube channel to put people down or talk shit on stuff. I created it to try to put some more good out into the world, because I see enough negativity everywhere I go. I want to thank everyone for coming along on another Bleak Rides. Okay, call work right back. And just say, be looking for that new video coming out. Probably may or may not piss some people off, because like I said, I call Harley riders and sport bike riders both dicks. I'd like to think I fall into both them categories. As soon as I get a chance to ride a Harley, I'll probably feel some kind of way about it. Riding sport bikes, I definitely feel like go fast, vroom vroom is real fun. But I've met plenty of people down at the bar who are just outright like separatist about it. They're just, oh, you can't like them both, man. You can't like them both. You got to choose one. I don't agree with that. I don't feel that way when I go to Dairy Queen. There's more than just chocolate or vanilla, man. There's mocha latte shakes. Fucking delicious. Anyway, back to ranting. Want to thank everybody for coming along on the first ever Bleak Rides live stream. And with that, and the sun in the way, we'll call it a day.